Hi guys, I'm Austin from A Boy at Heart. Today I'm going to share to you my experience on Acid Rain, The Last Line of Defense, First Series Viking Shield figure by Oritoy, designed by Kid Law. Alright, so let's take a look at the packaging first. Now this is the typical style of the packaging of this figure. Alright, always came with the normally it came with the artwork at the front. You see the name, okay, for Series Viking Shield. Now, if you just to remind me about the background that of this action figure, that the World War II actually never ended. It still continues on until everything is destroyed, scarcity of resources, and the pollution, of course, right? That's why it's called Acid Rain. Now, if you remember my video about this figure, right? This one, okay, is the Argots infantry. Argots is one of the faction. So Force Today is actually part of Argots as well. Okay, that's the allegiance, right? The background of this soldier is that I'll just use this analogy. They're also kind of specialized infantry, right? It's like a subdivision. So to make it easier to explain to you, if you know what a stormtrooper is, then this guy, the Argus infantry, the 88th company is the sand trooper, because they are operating mostly in sand at the desert area, whereas Force City, as you can see in the artwork here, they are more like the snow trooper, like the one on the Battle of Hoth, because they're operating on this very cold climate. See all the snow. That's why they have to wear this kind of very thick armor, right? Basically, they are the very heavy duty soldiers, very specialized in this kind of environment. These guys cannot make it here, but these guys, because they have the armor, they can survive in such environment. All right, so that's the simplest way I can explain to you guys, the easiest way. All right. In fact, hopefully this year, actually they already released the Marine version. Okay, some those are basically some kind of stormtrooper, if we are using the analogy, who are operating in Endor, at the Endor battle, because they really look like they operate mostly on the forest. Okay, basically a forest area. They are more green, whereas this is more sandy, and this is all snow. That's the analogy that I use normally. All right, then that's the back. So 55 and the insignia. So I think this is their insignia, very unique to them. Maybe they are part of the 55th company. I may be wrong, but it seems to be the case. Sometimes, knowing this figure, that probably is the case. Okay. Now, what's a bit different with this packaging is that normally the inside part is here, right? There's a box, some kind of carton box, which you can take it out from here. But now they are using this plastic box, right? This plastic box is very nice. It's very practical, so you can just if you want to bring your figure outside to do photo shoot, this will be very useful. All right, I'll just try to open it to you guys. All right, it's very easy to open. See, now that's very nice. You can always take the figure in, hold it, and you can bring it anywhere else outside to do outdoor photo taking. That's really awesome. Okay, I like it. I support it, and the fact that they still Mr. Kitlau still provide the artwork is still I can appreciate that. Okay, he's a very busy man as far as I know, but he managed to do this nonetheless. So that's really is appreciated. Thank you, thank you. And the box is a good move. I believe this is the style that they're going to do for the next figures as well. All right, very nice. Okay, it's very good for collectors. I like it. You can always put back your figure to the box whenever you wanted it. Okay, so that's about it with this figure. Sorry, the packaging. Now let's take a look at the figure itself. Overall, it is a very nice figure. I mean, as always, I always mention this. Acid Rain is the fairy line that got me into this hobby, and the fact that they are 4-inch scale, I really like them. They are not really big, you know, but a really high quality figure, quite exclusive. In fact, Mr. Kitlau is the one, not only who designed it, you know, not only who is the one who set up the storyline, etc., etc., but he also painted everything of the you know, on this detail by himself. Okay, so it's like, you know, a custom figure being made, being promoted as a mass produced figure, something like that. Okay, very exclusive but really nice. So let's take a closer look at this figure. Okay, Forseti, the Viking shield. So here's Forseti in a closer look, right? As always, this figure is specialized in a very detailed and very cool, very nice weathered style of paint, right? You'll find many rust, dust, thorn, and any kind of weathering on the figure. But for this figure specifically, because it is snowy theme, you know, they're supposed to operate in a very snowy area. That's why you'll see on the whole body armor, everything, you know, there's a white spots everywhere, right, to indicate that they are operating in a very snowy area. So that's really good. I really like it, right? I've seen guys also who actually take it out because they want to create the more tropical version, you know. It's okay. I've known a lot of guys who do customization with this what they call this line, right? Because it's very cool. They're very customized friendly, all right? And then yeah, so as you can see, the whole body, actually this figure, in fact any kind of so far the figure that has been released in this line are using the same body mold. Even the same with this one, everything is the same body mold. Okay, it may not really visible right now, but I'm telling you that it is the same body mold. I'll show you later. Okay, why? Because it is indeed a very good body mold, right? All is very well articulated. Show you later, but let's see one by one of the feature. Okay, so this is the helmet. It is removable, by the way. In fact, any part of this body armor is removable, right? He is full armored because he has to withstand, you know, the very you know, the bad condition of the weather, of the environment where he operates in. But I like the detail, you know, I like the detail on this part. It's very cool. I like this part especially. So it's like a very heavy duty, right? Everything is covered in armor. Well, not this part, okay, apart from this side and the wrist, but most of the body is covered with armors, even the ankles, right? Okay, let's see. Oh, there's a very nice detail down there, as you can see. Appreciate that as well. So everything is really, really cool. It looks like, you know, a skeleton somehow, the back skeleton. So that's really cool. I like it. I like it. Oops, this is a bit weird. It's the elbow guard, the shoulder pads. I don't know, Thai armor. I'm not sure what's the, you know, what's the term. The a bit of molded part there, as you can see on the shin guard, on the knee, yeah, knee, and shin guard, and the boots, right? Okay, like the helmet, there's a bit of gimmick there. You can actually, so here's the goggle. You can actually take the goggle off to show his face, part of his face. So that's really, really cool. All right, as you can see, there's a bit of swivel mechanism there, so you can see, you can take it, you can put it on, you can just open and close to show his face. That's really, really good. All right, so it is removable, like I mentioned earlier. It's very easy. Just take this out and voila. So that's the head sculpt. He looks Asian to me, or Latino. I may be wrong now because the eyes is very, you know, it's just like a ninja. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm Asian as well, but that's not my point. Basically, it's very good paint, right? Really, really cool. Look at that. Mr. Kidlaw is doing a really, really good job, right? Look at the detail. I like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, what I'm trying to do next is to, you know, take out all the armor piece and put it back. All right, so that you can see what's inside, right? The body armor can be taken off by taking off the packs. If you see here, right, there's a pack there and a pack there. All right, so we just have to take it out like that. So you can see there's a pack hole there, and the pack just now is already taken off. You can also take pull this off as well. Come on. Alright, now we can take off the body armor. Alright, so that's really, very cool and very easy to pull off as well. I like it, right? So look at that, the body armor is so thick. Now this is a good chance also. I just want to explain to you that the reason that this body is very favorable to many customizers is because it's very easy to use. It's very easy to disassemble. You know, let me give you an example, because I have to take this part off. Okay, I want to take this part off. I just need to do a bit of pull. All right. So this is the first time that I've ever videoed this part to be taken off. As you can see, this is what's inside. This is also the same one with the other figure. As you can see, there's a swivel there. So anyway, just take this part off. Actually, you can take the wrist off as well. So that's the joint. Let me try to take it off. Sorry guys, I have to cut the video to make it short, but as you can see, I have pulled off the armor piece on his arm. Here, this is the right arm, it is still intact. So it was like this, okay, it was like this, as you can see, this part. But then I managed to slowly, slowly, bit by bit, to take it off like this. Okay, I just want to show you that. So this is part of the gimmick. You can always take this off if you want to, right? It's easy, just take the back part. I tried to pull it this way. Okay, pull it this way. I have yet to try if it's possible, but I'm not sure because it is hindered by this mold on the wrist. Okay, this part, something like a bracelet there. So I'm not sure it's possible, but basically you can take it off. All right, now I tried for this part as well. It's much easier because nothing hinders and it's not really tight, so you just take it off slowly, right, and it's off, right, compared to this one. So I'm just going to take off half of the part to show you the difference. All right, so that's about it. I'll put back the arm. It's very easy, and just put it in, and it's a working arm, right? Look at that. It's really cool, right? That's why I like this line. You can always put back the wrist. Voila, it's back to normal. All right. Again, I really like this figure because of this, So that's really cool. All right. Here's a comparison before and after. Okay. So I take out some parts of his armor. Okay, these two parts, which became this. Right. This is the lower part. Right. And then this is the upper part, which also came with the insignia, by the way. Put it wrongly. This is the insignia on the packaging, remember? That's really cool. That's a small detail, but it's there. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Kitlow. Now, to start with the leg, the easiest part to do is at the bottom, at the boot. Okay, you can just start to pull it slowly, right, and it's already taken off. So that's the easiest part. It's just like a big piece of shoes there, and the hole is still there. So if you have any stand, you want to put him on a stand, or if you have any vehicle from any kind of line, which you normally vehicle, the kind of vehicle gives packs to put the figures there, you can always put it with the boots on, right? So here's the armor boots. Okay, then let me try. This piece is not removable. Okay, this piece on the knee, I don't think so it's molded, but we can take off this and this part. Okay, let me try, maybe by taking this off. Yes, it can be taken off easily, right? But doesn't mean you break the figure, because it really is very tight actually. Okay, I'll just take this out to make it easier for all of us. And again, I may need to cut the video shorter in case this is getting hard to do. Okay, I mean, it's not hard, it's just you have to be patient. Okay, so I may have to cut the video now. Oops, no, it's very easy. Okay, I just popped the part on the tie. Sorry, the part of this part. Yeah, tie. So that's very easy. Just pull it, upward. This direction, and it's off. Okay, I'll try to do the same with this one, but maybe I'll take off the ankle first. So if this is your first time seeing this ankle, I believe so, that's very easy to take off as well. Let me try if I can do this in one push so that I don't have to cut the video. Alright, I finally managed to pull off the shin guard part. Alright, this part was easier to do. This one where was it? Just one push and it was taken off. Okay, this part, just one push, but this one I have to put more power, that's why I need to cut the video, sorry about it. But basically it's off. Alright, it is off now, so it's not that hard to do actually, you just need to put more power into it. So let me put back the ankle first, okay, so that it's not limping too much. Okay, so just put a bit of more power, and it's a working ankle again. I don't think this part is removable though, just keep it at that. And then let me put this back on to this ball joint. Alright, so we got one half of the figure taken off its armor, and one half, the half part of the figure is still intact. Okay, so this is the comparison. Normal body mold, the same body mold which is being used over and over for the Bugs team, for the Argus infantry, for some of the pilots which I still have yet to show you in my videos, right? So this is, the one which is still with the armor still intact, right? And then this part of the legs, again, it's just similar body molds, a bit different on this part maybe, yeah, a bit, something is molded here a bit, just a bit, but very similar, just a different coloring maybe, because okay, yeah. So this is with the armor intact. Okay, even the boots, you can see the difference, right? All right, and the back, from the back, as you can see the difference. All right, interestingly no insignia inside, but the insignia is on the armor. All right, Bugs team has the insignia on the left arm, okay, but it's nothing there. Let me show you. This is Bugs team insignia. Okay, so this is from the back. Nothing on his butt, too bad. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. One thing that I want to note is that with this same body mold, I think I kind of missed a bit of the articulation points, because of, most of the other figures have their face covering the body. So I think most of my previous videos, because I always try the articulation after putting it on, I may miss the actual articulation on the basic body mold. So of course the neck is still there, right? I've already mentioned to you several times already, the neck, which is, it's a ball joint. So aside from the one attached to the head is also a ball joint, but the neck down there is also on a ball joint, which adds this kind of capability, right? So not only the head but also the neck, right? Of course left and right as well. Now often I miss is this part, because as you can see there's a gap there, right, on this side, right, and this side. Okay, so like for example Bob here, right, it's not visible, but inside it is the same body mold as this, right? This is what it looks like inside, but because of the face, right, it's not visible. Maybe another example is Jack, because his armor is more visible as well. As you can see, Jack is not visible, it's all covered. That's why I kind of missed it, right? Now if we were to take off those fast, this is what we get, and it has rotation. Alright, you can rotate this part of the body, right, as part of the articulation, which normally you cannot really use that with the flash on, right? And also, of course, the one just just above this part, above the belt portion. This is normally where the belt rests. Okay, you can turn it around like that. Okay, so the rest is the same. What I want to show you is the articulation with the full armor on, because that's how normally we are going to display him, right? We just want to know, I just want to know, we need to know actually whether this piece of armor hinders everything on the articulation. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put back all the armor piece, okay, one by one. So again, sorry, I may have to cut the video if I find something is a bit difficult and I don't want to waste your time. So let me start now with the leg first. I think leg is easier, so I'll just put back this piece first. This is actually the shin guard. Okay, I may need to take off the ankle because it makes it easier. Come on, yes. All right, just make sure which part is the front. Okay, this is the front, this is the back. So come on, push. All right, how much do I need to push? You see, between the knee there should be no gap, so keep pushing. All right, okay, so one job is done. I need to put the one here back on. Which one was it? Okay, this is the part. Just have to check which one is the front part. Okay, the one with the front part is with the circle here and two part here. That's the front. This is the back. Nothing there, so it's very easy to distinguish. This is the front part. All right. I may need to use a bit of power here. Okay, basically just put it here like this. This is what I did. Again, okay. Surprisingly, putting it back is much easier. So thank goodness for that. All right. Now what I need to do is to put on the boots, right? And for that, I really need the ankle. Alright. Now there are two ways to do this, of course. You can just take this on first and put on this, or you can just put this on directly and put this part of the joint inside later. So depending on what you want, I'll just do this first, make it easier. Sorry about that. That's very easy to do. It's already in. Now what we need to do is to put the ankle back. Alright, remember that this is the thigh, this is the shin guard, so we just need to put it from here because it is the ball joint for the thigh. Yes. Okay, just put a bit of power and voila. Alright, it's ready. The left leg is ready, and you can always put it on. Right. Okay, the leg is ready. Okay, now this part, to make it easier, I think it's better to take this off first. Alright, okay, it's off now. The easiest part is to do this one first, because I realized I did it in just one push. Did I? Oh, anyway, okay, notice that the insignia has to be right. Okay, it's like a mountain, so put it this way and push, 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 push. Yes, it is easier. This part is easier, right? So do this first. It makes it easier, right? Okay, that's good. Now what we need to do is to put this part on, back on. Notice that this part is supposed to cover the elbow, so this is how we're going to do with it. Right, this was a bit hard, a bit hard because of this part, you know, the shin guard. Let me try to put it from this side if it makes it easier. No, it's not actually. Anyway, oh yeah, no, I actually did it from this part. Okay, I have yet to try to put it on from this side, whether it is easier. Okay, let me try. And it is not it is not easier by any means. It is still very tight, so I have to cut the video. Alright, sorry about it. Let me cut the video first. Alright, finally I need to put some power. Now if you remember how I take it out, I take it out from this side. Okay, this is the elbow, this is the wrist. I take it out to this side, okay, when I take it out, and it was very hard, so I tried to put it in from this side. It's also a bit hard, but it's not that bad. I just need to push a bit more, you know, give it more power, and it still works. Okay, but maybe because you don't want to ruin, you know, all the white parts here, depending on you, I may have to suggest you to put it from this side, because anyway this shin, you know, the shin, inner shin guard, sorry, the elbow guard here, is covered anyway. Alright, you are going to see this, not the inside part, so I think it's better to put it from this side, you know, this side. Okay, but anyways, it works. Okay, it works. Just have to give a bit of power, and then I'll put the wrist back. Okay, it's very easy. The wall is there. It's working now, right? So how do we know this is the elbow? Because this is the joint that being used, right? As you can see, right? A bit of comparison left and right, so you know the idea. Yes. Alright, so just put this back on. Alright, come on. Okay, it's ready now. Well, not quite. There's one more piece that have yet to be put on, but it's much easier. Okay, I don't need to cut the video or anything. Just this part, the body armor. Okay, notice the back. Notice the back. The part which resembles the skeleton, the backbone, is at the back. That's how to do it. The easiest way. One of the easiest way. Okay, just slide it on from the top. Right, the head is small enough to just slide in. Okay. Now we just need to put in the pack to the pack holes, and we are all set. Okay, the packs, I realized that the packs are being given here are a bit long. It pops out from the armor, which I think is good. It's a good move. So it doesn't. It will hold the armor very nicely. Okay, I think you prefer this pack to be longer than shorter, right? Well, that for me, I prefer that way. I prefer a working figure, you know. And you just need to put on the pack on this one as well. Alright, it's a bit hard, but no, it's not hard, it's just a bit tight. Alright, nice. So it is in now. Okay. Yeah, I just want to show you, the inner body has that capability, But now to show you articulation, okay. But now because the inside body mold is covered with this, there's no way you can maximize that articulation. You can still use this, right? Okay, the one below, but not on the chest, not the one on the torso. Anyway, I'll just put back this helmet. So the head, with this full armor configuration, the articulation is the head is on ball joint, so you can always turn it around 360 like that. Of course, the additional part on the neck helps to do a bit of motion, although it's not visible in this case, but you can do this and that, but partly because of the neck on the head, but also partly from the neck. And then let me just put this back on, and let me show you his face. The one on the arm, swivel and swivel. So let us see how it is with the full armor on. Alright, you can always, okay, it's not bad actually. Right, this part a bit hindered by the armor, but it still works just now. You can do this much, it stuck there, but still a good range of motion actually. You can do this as well, so that's really good. Okay, it's not bad at all, still working fine for me despite using the armor on. Okay, so the elbow can bend this much. Alright, that's a pretty good bend on the elbow actually. Can turn it around, that's nice. And the wrist, you can turn it around. There's additional swivel which also can be found with all the box figures. Bob jacking, they all have this, which helps with articulation, especially when you want to dual wield the submachine gun. Okay, so you can do this much, nothing up there. Okay, the other side is being put on this side, so you can do this, and you can you, I think, yeah, somehow, yes, you can do this as well, right? It's very rubbery, I like it. Oh yeah, by the way, all the armors feels rubbery as well actually. Is the typical feel of this lineup, really. And then the leg, of course the rotation here, you can do that, but not on the chest, because there's no way you can turn it around with the armor on. Okay, it's silly. But right, you can do the front kicking still this much with the armor on. That's not bad at all really. Okay, the back kick this much with the armor on, again, that's not really bad as well. It's really cool actually. You can bend the knee. Oh, by the way, there's rotation down there. Rotation, you can rotate this, so that's really good. There's another additional joint there. Okay, just like Star Wars, the Death Trooper, the most recent, just like Marvel figures. And then now this is the part which may be hindered, I presume. Yes, it is hindered. This is about double jointed leg, by the way, double jointed knee, but because of the piece on the armor, you cannot bend too much. But I think that's, well, actually, with the body mold, you can do, the full stretch, to this much. But because of this part, this is the whole extension that you can do, I think. And then Yeah, so that's about it with the knee, and of course the ankle, it has rock ankle still, and then you can turn it around, and then the swivel there, right? The swivel, you can bend this much, and you can bend a bit upward, but it is hindered by this portion. Alright, so that's really cool. So we can conclude that although the body armor is covering, the thick armor is covering almost the whole part of the body, the articulation still works. So that's awesome, right? And he can still wield the submachine gun with his two hands. By the way, I'm going to show you the submachine gun. It is painted nicely, very gray, metallic, but it is a new style of gun, of the submachine gun. Let me show you. This is the previous one being held by Bob, and this is the one being held by Fossetti. Okay, it's a new style, still with the scope, but there's addition of bayonet there. The bayonet is there. There's a small piece of knife which cannot be taken off, unfortunately, but it's okay. It's all molded nicely. That's really good. And as always, with all Acid Rain figure, you can hold it with two hands to make a very nice sniping or at least shooting position, right? Because the wrist can handle it nicely. I think if you notice at the start of this video, I already posed him in such a way in a shooting position. Right? It is a working gun, a working submachine gun. Right. So by looking at this, you should know already that he is capable of doing this kind of pose. What we need to do is to add the left arm to hold this part of the gun. Right, depending on your taste, you can maybe hold it on the knife or a bit at the back here. I prefer it on that side. Okay, but yeah, okay, it's good enough actually. I think it's good enough, right? So boom, 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 like that. Now aside from the whole armor, these are basically the whole accessories. Okay, the whole game mix, the gun, okay, the submachine gun, and the whole body armor. Okay, which you can take on off, and which you can take off and put off and put on, and of course the helmet. You can do this. All right. So that's really cool. I really like it. Alright, now before we measure him up, I just want to say that, looking at this figure, it seems similar to the Hello's Master Chiefs. Alright, maybe that's where the inspiration came from. I don't know. Anyway, it's on the 4-inch scale. Just try to make his head a bit straight. Okay, but with the full armor on, of course, he's still on the 4-inch. Okay, yeah. I thought he's going to add a bit of height, but I don't think so. Okay, as you can see, it's roughly 4-inch. That's very interesting. Okay, and let's compare it to his companions. This is Bob, alright, and this is the Sand Trooper of Argot's Infantry, or Argot's Infantry. Now they're all in the same height. Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I thought with the boots on and with all the body armor, with the helmet, I thought he will be slightly taller, but not really, not in this case. Okay, that's okay though. I'm okay with that. I can accept that. Okay. So that's, well, they're all using the same body mold, right? Like I show you what's inside, right? I even take off all the joints, not all, most of the joints, right? So yeah, and then this is compared to the recent Star Wars. Okay, so this is more like the Argus infantry, sand, but they are operating on the beach area, coastal area. It's more this guy, more like a personal bodyguard. Basically, yeah, he's a bit taller, slightly. Okay, but as you can see, most acid rain figure are more generally in the 4-inch scale. But this too was fine, I think. And then, oh, the iconic soldier among soldier, stormtrooper. See, it's shorter, okay, because of the scale. And the old figure is more into 3/4-inch pure scale. This is compared to Marvel, alright. It's more in scale now, not too much difference, right? And of course, lastly, the G.I. Joe figure, or Snake Eyes. So this two line is more in scale with this because he is more into 4-inch line as well. Alright, so that's the comparison. Okay, so again, like I said, I hold dearly this line. In fact, I'll try my best to keep up with the upcoming releases of this line. This is a very good figure. The concept, the whole body armor, which can be taken up easily and maybe can be used, to customize, to make your own specialized troop if you want to. I like everything about it, that you can take it off easily. It's not really hard, right? Always, to be able to hold the gun with 2 hands, that's also a plus. And of course, the paint detailing, all the snow parts to indicate that, it's operating on the, what do you call it, snowy area. Alright, so these are the heavy infantry with a very thick armor. I really like it. So I hope you guys like it. I was Tim from Boy Hot. Goodbye.